Hi everyone. Okay, so today my topic is whether someone should chase journey of purpose or success. Okay, so why first of all I'm not talking about either or. This is primarily to give a context to the generation next, because as we know that I passed out engineering in '94 and I have my teacher sitting here. However, at that point in time, after I did MBA and I started doing job, I could follow a structured corporate job, because at that point in time we had dedicated jobs. And I've been happy-go-lucky. I joined telecom. The telecom was growing. Along with that, we were growing. We were getting functional competency. There was evolution in the industry. Hence, our evolution was also done. So, if you talk about the contentment and the growth as per socio-economic grid, both were happening hand in hand. However, if you talk about the current generation, right now, India's average 20, there's 50% of population which is under 25 years. So all of them are aspiring to get the jobs. Similarly, in 2020, the average Indian age would be 29 years. So look at the people, the population of India being in that bracket, and at that point in time, if all of them are aspiring for the jobs, and there's certain jobs. In addition to that, you would see that there's a recent fad of being CEO at 40, and obviously at that level of pyramid, how many people could be there? Thereafter, even if you reach a CEO level at the age of 40, thereafter how many of them can survive and for how long? So it's very, very important to have a life which gives you a journey of purpose, to acquire certain competencies which make you survive, which keeps you going, and you also love doing what you are doing, because in that case you are not working for a single day. If you love to do what you are doing daily, you are not working. You are working for your accomplishment. You are working for your mission. So what is successful? As each one of us know that success is 10% by inspiration and 90% by perspiration. Successful people, they set goals, they strategize, they work hard, they're very, very persistent. Nothing can defeat them. They believe in theory of alteration. If something doesn't work, they have next plan. So whatever life throws at them, they find out ways to mitigate them. They really love success. They compromise anything and everything for that. However, it's not that success just comes by itself. One has to really plan, and one has to be very task focused. They have to set intermittent goals. So for example, in my initial years, at any point in time, I interviewed the people from the colleges, what you want to become. Everyone would say, I would like to be successful in the marketing. I would like to be successful in sales. However, success in that norm, and if actually the people who have become successful, they're actually obsessed. So they're obsessed of taking big risks. They want to win at any terms and conditions. However, while doing that, they get very stereotyped. They get very obsessed with the vertical growth instead of being horizontal growth. I'm not saying that someone should do either or. Yes, life is all about experiences. One should experience both the sides of coin. However, if you just follow only success, your burnt out would be much higher than, especially being in corporate profile, especially if you look at the kind of stresses we have been having, your burnt out would be much higher. Hence, you need to have something constructive. So if you continue following the normal trend or the normal stereotype success, wherein you don't even mind losing, because you think that with every failure it's a learning. You can stumble up. You can't be stumbled upon by the failures. You take failures as your building blocks of the stepping stone. And at the end of the day, though, if you are really targeting success, one good thing about success is that your winning keep on accumulating. When your failures just give you the learning curves. So at any point in time, even during the phase of your career, you're focusing on success. Just keep trying and trying, because your winning keep on accumulating, whereas your failures gives you just a learning experience, and you can really use them stepping stone to move to next forward. However, if you continue pursuing that trajectory for long, if you continue traversing that journey for long, there is a time when you think that what am I doing? Yes, it is so elusive that at a certain point you feel lost. You feel that you've become a character which you were never, but yes, it is happy to be in that pseudo character because of the socio-economic grid. You would like to attain certain designations, you would like to attain certain salary level, being in corporate, that gives you that contentment. But if you think about you as an individual, you figure out that it is not something which you are, or whether you will be able to sustain, especially if you look at the corporate, internal pressures, internal politics, or it's again at the end of the day, it's a matrix of demand versus supply. So if for one position there are 10 people competing, so obviously there has to be that much of competition, and each one of us has strength. And so what one should chase for, and especially for the people who are in college, who are about to start the journey of life, I think first and foremost thing which anyone and everyone should learn is life starts out of your comfort zone. So even as a fresher, if you are trying to take anything, please select anything which is out of your comfort zone, because whatever your strength, that will automatically come to you. You will figure out a way to do that. So if you're talking about the purpose of the journey, when your life eco-grids appear something like this, when you see structure and being unstructured, when you see a peace even in chaos. Journey of purpose. When you want to live a journey of purpose, then you define your landscape, you define your limits. There's nothing on this world which can stop you, because you figure out that what you are good at. Life throws challenges, but every time you figure out a way that what you are good at, you keep on revisiting your goals. When a successful person would like to define intermittent goals and would like to try and achieve that, when anyone who is having a journey of purpose, they'll keep on revisiting their goal. Other couple of things which they do excellently is that they display the greatest character in times of adversity. They keep on going, and anytime and every time they figure out what gives them sense of accomplishment, because whatever impediments they are facing at any point in time, if something which is a driving stone for them is only their faith and their trust. In addition to that, I think at any point in time, one should look out for the gratitude in life. Each one of us is blessed with certain things when we could be grateful for. And believe me, the gratitude always creates a vicious circle of positivity. So once you do that, then obviously it attracts more positivity into life. So while being in journey of purpose, figure out couple of purposeful goals for you, which obviously are not as a human being, but on your functional and professional aspect also. Now at any point in time, once you, as I told you, that while being the journey of purpose, you have to figure out this structure in unstructured, etc. So at that point in time, every time, at least I got into that stage in late 30s and early 40s. And a lot of students ask also, okay, you have got into now, why do you want us to preach it early? But I think during our time, the socio-economic structure was like that, economy was growing, we could afford till that time. However, as and when in late 30s, I started following it, I at times gets confused that you have to flow with the flow. If you are having a gratitude, then you should continue flowing with the flow. Why should you challenge? Why should you be so determined enough that you would like to still stick to the goal? So every time while balancing out, I thought of that, okay, what is it that could be act as a reference point for me? And I think one thing which has always helped me, especially when you are having your introspection, is nature. Nature, it doesn't have any success element, but it has a lot of accomplishment. At any point in time, if you are in that surroundings, you really observe that. It has a beauty of nothingness. So at any point in time, if in your life you are in a state of nothingness, and you are completely in your present moment, and at that point in time, if you work, you will be able to create a lucrative past and a very glorified future also. So at any point in time, if you are in a state of nothingness, you are only in your present moment, you are contributing to every bit of activity you are undertaking, or the career progression you are taking. You are feeling accomplished, you will feel accomplished also, as well as you will enjoy it also, because you are contributing best of yours. So being in state of nothingness, contribute to every bit of it. Focus on your present. I think your past and your future will always be getting taken care of. So while pursuing the journey of purpose, one rule which always works is that invent and reinvent yourself. Let it be a constant churning out of yourself. Never swim in the same flow. Always keep on challenging the law of averages. never try and be the mediocre in any category. Even if you are in one of the extreme, it's fine because you keep on refining what you are pursuing for. At any point in time, if you are inventing and reinventing, always do in your own terms. You can't never be accomplished if you are living a life of your own. If you are living a life of someone else, you should live life of your own. So even if you take your role models, just try and adopt their characteristics or things you inspires you, things you get influenced with. However, one should always live a life of his or her own, because that's something wherein the inspiration lies. That's something which is doable, and more importantly, rather than only being successful, that's something which makes you feel accomplished. And I think that's much more important than anything and everything in life. Thank you.